All interviews begin before you get to the subject. And the first place every interview should start is what information you're looking for. Interviews, if you will, are a Google search of a person. In other words, you sit down at a Google and you type in what your query is, and if you don't get the information you want, you refine your query. So when I go into an interview, whether it's a random individual, a corroborating person, a co-conspirator, or even the accused, I have to know what information I'm seeking, and I have to be willing to modify my questions until I get the answers I'm looking for. We don't have the ability to force cooperation. So what we're really doing is persuading somebody that our view of their cooperation is a better choice than their view of self-protection. This is sometimes described as convincing them that the boat they're on is sinking and that you're there to rescue them. Now in reality, nobody in an interview is looking for a new best friend. But if I can present to you that the option I'm presenting is better than the path you're on, you're likely to take it. If I treat you with respect, if I am empathetic to your situation, if I recognize your humanity, I am more likely to be successful. If I am dismissive, derogatory, or condescending, I'm less likely to be successful. When I sit down across the table to interview anybody, my goal is to get information. I use the tools I have, language, tone, body language, to elicit their cooperation. Sometimes that means pounding the table and being harsh, but most of the time it means recognizing what elements they will reply best to and using those. Open questions are those that don't have a fixed answer so that the subject gets to define the answer himself. And they're vital because you don't know the answer to an open question fully. In other words, if you were to ask a subject, when did you begin stealing from the company? You might know it began in October, but he might begin in August. So by asking an open question, you give them a chance to provide you information you didn't already know. A closed question is designed to stop them from rambling. It's designed to stop them from exploring an area. So if they start speculating about what happened at a meeting, you can then go, were you at the meeting? Which is a yes-no question and ties them to a position. Once you've tied them to a position, you can then expand upon that. The most important thing about the order of the questions is that they should flow naturally. It should sound to the subject conversational, even though it's not a conversation. So if you leap from topic to topic randomly, they won't understand what you're doing and their confusion will be a barrier to communication. But if you ask questions in a logical order, they're in a better position to understand and participate in the process. So the approach that usually you want to go with is often described as peeling an onion. You're going to talk about the issues at 30,000 feet. Then you're going to talk about the issues at 15,000 feet. Then you're going to talk about the issues at 10,000 feet. And at each point, you're refining the information you're seeking a little bit more. If you probe too fast, too hard into a sensitive area, you may shut them down. But by working at it layer by layer, they will get to a place where they have already cooperated so much, they almost can't stop themselves from continuing to cooperate.